Wow, guys, look at how big this Triceratops is. This guy is gonna be huge. Let's open up this box, take this cardboard out, and we can finally see this Triceratops. Now we can get inside of the box by opening the bottom, and there we go. Let's take that out, go on this side, and pull this Triceratops out. His tail is still in the box. Let's take it out. And there we go. His tail is actually pretty small, but his body is huge. The first thing we have to do is screw this tail on. Maybe you twist it. And there we go. It actually locks in pretty easily. So my first impressions of this Triceratops is he looks very cool. His head is giant. He has very long horns. So you can slightly move his mouth. But other than that, his mouth can't really move. His head can move though. And wow, it can actually move all the way around just like that. So now his head is flipped upside down. How can we move his legs though? I think these things can rotate back and forth. I don't think you can take them out, but that's fine. I will say that I have never seen a Triceratops that is brown, but he also has some nice red right here. His head actually feels pretty soft, but what's even more unique about this guy is all of these little spots on his legs too. And right here he has some, but these ones are actually brown instead of pink. Very, very strange, but I like this tan color on the bottom of his body. His spikes are very nice. I really like that touch. And his feet aren't really sharp. That's what you'd expect with a Triceratops. This part at the end can actually rotate as well as this part. And it does have this cool pattern. I don't know if this was done on purpose, but it seems like there are some scratches. Now the box actually says that this guy is made of 60% recycled plastic, but that's actually really impressive because the quality actually feels really nice. And believe it or not, guys, there is a Triceratops even bigger than this one. It is this red Triceratops plush. What's interesting is the size of their horns are basically the same, and both of their eyes are orange. As we can see, this guy has orange stitching on his eyes. What's weird about this guy is he has some spikes on his face. Obviously, this one is much squishier because it is a plush, and his tail is very wiggly as well. But we actually have an even cooler Triceratops. Take a look at this guy. The first thing I noticed is this color. It is a very strange bright orange color. One of his horns is intact, one of them is broken. He looks pretty angry, and his mouth is quite a lot bigger than these other ones. You can move each of this guy's parts, his leg, his tail. But what's interesting is you can actually remove them too. We can remove all of his legs, even his front legs. And we can do this until he has no limbs left. So now what we have is this Triceratops body. Let's get this one out of the way. And how about we check out this red Triceratops? His horns are similar to the color of this guy's horns. I am a big fan of this bright red color. This guy's mouth is pretty small, but when you press his mouth, that is right, guys, he makes noise. Just like all of the other ones, you can move this guy's tail, you can move his legs. His head can even bend a little bit, and he has this unique pattern which no other Triceratops has. So overall, very cool, very posable as well. We also have all of these Triceratops. We can already see this tiny one right here. We're gonna check that out later, but first let's start with the biggest one. So this guy is pretty normal. I'm not gonna get into detail. He has everything you would expect a Triceratops to have. Let's line him up with these Triceratops. And out of these three, how about we pick the second biggest one? When we zoom in, he has many, many teeth, but we can really see the detail on this guy. Look at all of those tiny dots. He also has these ridges going downward, and the bottom colors of these dinosaurs are pretty interesting. We have two final Triceratops, which are very, very small. Let's get into this one first. A pretty normal Triceratops. This guy is very, very bendable though. I really don't want to break him, but we can even fold them in half. Finally, we have this smallest Triceratops of all, the very squishy, very tiny one. He has this strange red scratch right here. He also has this white on top, so I like the mix of colors. And I am a big fan of these cartoon looking eyes. And I actually believe there are some tiny teeth. I think that's one right there. Bringing back this Triceratops from before, one other thing that I noticed is you can move his head pretty easily. And also look at these scratches. I did not notice that before. Out of all of these Triceratops, tell me which one is your favorite. I like the newest one the best because not only is it huge, he is very big and he looks very cool. If you enjoyed seeing all of these Triceratops, go watch this video right here and go subscribe.